But to the reason why I wanted just to have a chat tonight is to actually be able to introduce ourselves to a whole lot of new people who came on board over the last few months. So having said that, the COVID has actually not impacted doTERRA's growth globally in a negative way at all. In fact, they've grown quite a bit, and it's because people are actually enrolling because they want the product to support them during this time. So they've actually grown more in the last few months than they have in a long time globally, which is really fantastic. Hi, Belinda. Belinda will come in. So anyway, so there's this sort of global drive towards something to support people during this time as well. And not only that, it's an opportunity for connection for people, and they have the same idea around health and wellness, and this is what doTERRA is offering. It offers community, it offers people who have the same ideas around health and wellness, people who are on the same page, and of course the best product that we possibly could get in terms of doTERRA, so and the oils and the other products as well. So just last month, I'll do a little bit of chatting and then you can take over in a minute. So just in terms of last month, we're so chuffed that you got 5 new products in June. So who has been using some of those products? You got turmeric, petitgrain, wintergreen, geranium, and the blue rub, the deep blue rub. So did any of you get some of those products?
Yeah, I got the deep blue and the ice up. Yeah, the deep blue, the rub.
Fantastic.
The turmeric and the rub is amazing.
Absolutely. How are you using the turmeric and the muscle rub?
The muscle rub I use for my neck specifically, and sometimes when I get the pins and needles in my feet,
yeah,
I use it underneath my feet. Turmeric I'm drinking.
Fantastic.
Every single day, because it's with everything going on, my psoriasis flared up. So I'm trying to curb the inflammation a bit.
And do you find that it's working for you, that it's making a difference so far, or is it too early to tell?
I think it's too early to tell on the psoriasis side.
Yeah.
But on the inflammation side, I can feel I can move more.
Moving
easily.
better.
Yeah.
That's definitely fantastic. Well done. So those products are absolutely fantastic, and petitgrain, of course, is one that is very high in linalool content, which is like lavender. So it's a sort of a different option to lavender. So sometimes you'll find people I don't know who, but sometimes, or why, but sometimes people say that they just can't stand the smell of lavender. And that's when I, would say, okay, well, try petitgrain. And to me, it doesn't smell very nice. It's not very aromatic or anything like that. Or it's more aromatic than a nice, sweet sort of, smell. But because of its chemistry, it works pretty much on many levels. It works like lavender, the linalool. It's calming for the system. And then other people, of course, who don't like lavender, also sometimes we just want to some of the orange, the wild orange or something like that. And wintergreen, of course, is absolutely fantastic for things like bone pain, and it's actually for people who are in chronic pain. If people are in chronic pain, wintergreen, which is in the blue rub and in the you guys, it's deep blue, hey? Yeah. And in the deep blue rub, but also in the deep blue oil. So the deep blue oil is very expensive oil, actually. Okay, it's one of your higher cost oils, but wintergreen on its own has many of those properties. That's why for pain relief and all of that sort of stuff, and inflammation. That's why it's really quite nice to have it on its own as well. So keep that in mind. And so sometimes I like to say to people, go to the single oil sometimes. That's a major ingredient in some of the blends. So for example, wintergreen in the ice blue is actually a good way to go sometimes, just to break the pattern, you know what I mean? Just to break things up a little bit and get your body to just use one single oil, and then you come back to a major, you know, a bigger oil. Same thing with, say, Serenity and just lavender. Sometimes just use lavender, other times use Serenity, you know, for sleep, for example. So those are fantastic products that you got. This month, of course, we're so excited because you got Adaptive, and Adaptive in a 15 ml and in a touch as well. So Adaptive, without going into any detail tonight, because I don't really want to gear it to that, but also for people who are watching this afterwards, Adaptive is a game changer. Adaptive is, to me, the same sort of thing that happened when Copaiba came out. The excitement around Copaiba is double now with Adaptive. It is an incredible oil. Or blend. It works on the, I'm going to use a scientific word here, it works on the GABA receptors in your system, which is directly responsible for calming you down, especially when it comes to anxiety. Okay, so any anxious type feelings, anything like that, Adaptive is that thing that will help you. It will just give you that edge, like you'll feel, okay, I can manage, I can do this. So if you can imagine what you can do with stress relief right now in South Africa, you've got the Balance oil, you've got Serenity, you've got lavender, you've got Copaiba, you've got Adaptive, and a few other things, you know. But even just those ones are just phenomenal. Petitgrain, you can throw Petitgrain in there. But the big hit is going to come from Adaptive. So it really manages that stress response when people's stress response is so up and you're just constantly under sort of flight and fight mode. And this one here is your parasympathetic is kind of low, and you're not really, you can't sort of balance. This is too low here. This is what happens. Adaptive brings your parasympathetic response up, and it helps to bring your sympathetic flight and fight response down. Okay, it works on your GABA receptors. So there's a bit of research on that one, and an absolute load of clinical and you know, just responses from people at home, and the responses that they've had. So absolutely go for Adaptive and get that into people's hands. Okay, that would be my big push for today. And tomorrow night you'll hear about it. I'm pretty sure they're going to gear the Wellness Summit. They're going to talk to you a lot about Adaptive. Okay, so invite anyone you possibly know to come and join in, because even if they're not a member, invite them. I suggest you send them a WhatsApp message and say, hey, there's this Wellness Summit on. I think you'd absolutely love it. Join in. And if you want to join in, just reply to my WhatsApp and I'll send you my ID number. So people can actually sign up on your ID number. I would share that individually with people, not just bang out on Facebook or whatever, so that you then know who you've invited and who you've shared it with. And so you've got a record of that, should they wish to maybe sign up afterwards and that sort of thing. Send it out. You'll be loving that Adaptive, and also the Wellness Summit will be fantastic.
So just if you're not sure about the Wellness Summit, it's an official doTERRA head office run function. That's tomorrow evening, South African time, Friday evening, 6 p.m. The details of the summit are in the Facebook group. I've also put it into the WhatsApp group. It's completely free, and some of the speakers are phenomenal. They've got Dr. Brannick Riggs, who's a medical doctor with experience in essential oils.
He works with doTERRA.
Works with doTERRA, and it will be a great opportunity for people to learn more about the products, and to be a free webinar is fantastic. So all those details are in the group. If you get stuck, send us a message.
It's really a great way to invite people who've expressed interest in the essential oils. Oh, those are nice, but they've never actually signed up or gone any further with it. It's really fantastic for them just to come on just for a few, an hour or so, a couple of hours, and let them learn from the from corporate and from the from the people in the know, so that it's impactful. It's something that will make an impact when you talk, rather than us keeping talking and you keeping talking. Put them onto this thing. It's really and it's going to be very well organized. I'm so glad they're doing it for South Africa so early on. So just in terms of last month as well, Aniki and Grace had some rank advancements, and the month before we had some rank advancements as well. So you guys are actually moving forward, and it's really, really nice to see, because we so want you to have success with this, and keep sharing. And even if it's something that's very organically just moving forward, keep sharing. Just, sometimes things take a long time, and as I always say, we've got people who after 4 years come back and say, hey, I remember you guys have got some essential oils. Have you got something for us? So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves, but enjoy the essential oils. Learn what they can do for you and your family, and share where you can. And I think the most important thing is, when you're sharing the oils, people want to have an experience with it as well. Because you can talk, I can tell you 1,000 things that happen when we use the essential oils, but it's until someone actually has an experience that they go, oh my goodness, this is fantastic. Okay, so we all know that by now. So corporate, just quickly, Craig, do you want to talk around that quickly? Just there, sort of.
Yeah, there was a bit of a delay in South Africa with Aramex and the courier service over the last couple of weeks, months. But Addison, who's the national sales manager, made it very clear, if anyone's concerned about delays in delivery, please get on to customer service immediately. They will look up the order and find out exactly where deliveries are, so don't be concerned about that.
And also they'll look after you. Like if there's something that's not, they can't find it, or it should be with you or whatever, they'll replace your order for you. So they will look after you. Make sure that you use customer service or your account manager. If you, Erica, you've got an account manager, make use of them. They're there for you guys to support you, and they want to help you.
They're looking at alternative options for couriers as well to add to the service, but they'll do the best they can at the moment. They're running on sort of 25% staff in the courier business, so not too much of a problem. There was a delay in getting diffusers into South Africa, so because of that, the Home Essentials kit wasn't available as an enrollment kit or for purchase. That should be available this week. We haven't yet had confirmation yet, but they were just waiting for those diffusers to get through customs so that they could get the Home Essentials kits put back together. So if there are people that are interested in the Home Essentials kit, either just give customer service a ring and check if they're available, but we'll post that information.
And frankincense.
And frankincense 15 ml was out of stock and not available, but they'll get that as soon as they can as well. There is an announcement that they are working as quickly as they can to get the supplements launched in South Africa,
I'll talk to that
Lifelong
quickly.
Vitality. So
okay, so I'll just quickly talk about that. So the Lifelong Vitality Complex is the most amazing, for those of you watching later on, is as a naturopath and living in Australia, I've got the biggest list of options to give to my clients as a practitioner brand, high quality supplements and functional medicines. I've got, everything possibly available to me. And I tell you what happened is my clients came back and said they want lifelong vitality. One, it's actually so much more affordable when you buy the trio lifelong vitality pack. There are 3 types of supplements in there that includes cell health, like proper cell health. I can do a whole thing for you guys on lifelong vitality when it comes out. So when lifelong vitality comes your way, just know that you are going to get something really, really special. That's a supplement that, you know, it's quite something. And it works. After 3 days, you'll notice a difference, and you didn't even know that you needed it. So it's like that beautiful. And they're in a formulation phase now with it, which means that next up is labeling, and then next up after that is the registration process. And it's going to be CAMS registered. You guys can go look up CAMS. I'm not going to talk about that, but that's really good because you'll be able to make some health claims on that, which is fantastic. And they're expecting that to be, and they're really pushing for it for before halfway into next year. So first part of next year, and then the supplements will start coming in, which is going to be fantastic for the market because it becomes an anchor product. If you order your supplements every month, immediately you'll probably qualify for your 50 PV, and you get points back, you know, but that's another conversation we'll have at another time.
So just from the events, we've mentioned the Wellness Summit, which is on tomorrow, Friday. If you're not yet aware, the doTERRA Global Convention in September, the 10th to the 12th of September, is normally one of the biggest American convention events ever. They run 2 massive convention centers side by side in Utah. Tess has been to 2 of them. They normally have over 60,000 people.
No, it's 36,000 people that can host there, and it's chockers. And so normally in person they sell out within the first few weeks of the tickets going out, and people from everywhere in the world go in to Salt Lake City, and it's in these 2 massive big venues, 2 hours apart. So they stagger the start so that it's exactly the same as people who speak and present in the 2 venues right next to one another. It's fantastic. It's amazing. You will get the most incredible information from the global convention. The few days of learning, it will blow your mind. Okay, it's everything that's company related. It's whatever the Healing Hands Foundation is doing, where your money is going, how the money that you pay for the essential oils help other people, to the science, it's just everything. The whole business, they just lay it out for everyone. So it's really fantastic, and just to get to know, it touches your heart when you walk away from that and you actually understand very deeply and feel very deeply what doTERRA is all about. So I'd suggest very strongly that if you can get some few people even together and see if you can watch the global conventions, you know, watch it together, watch it live, or, you know, I think it will be available.
The big advantage is this year it's going to be all on webinar, which means you don't have to pay for flights and accommodation to America. It's going to be too difficult. But the cost of webinar access to a convention of this quality is going to be really worthwhile. So that information is on the doTERRA website. I'll share that into the Facebook group as well. It's the 10th to 12th of September. And there will be access available. You don't have to watch it live because obviously there's time zones and all the rest of it. But that'll be a great opportunity to learn more in September.
Okay, so any questions on that, anyone, or any comments on anything so far? All good? All right. So just want to have a quick little chat about a few other things. But first of all, I just want to quickly chat you through what our legs look like. So we are your uplines. And so for people who are not on the call and watching this, there's a business structure. We are sitting over here. We are part of a bigger structure as well. It's just the way that it is for education purposes and for building a business around it, that everyone who joins gets a doTERRA account, gets put into a structure, and then we actually, you know, we form our communities and we form our business structure out of that. And so part of that is to have what we call the legs, and to have a leg means you've got a leader and another leader and a leader. These make up your legs, and then you grow those leaders' legs with more people and more members. And what we try and do is we try and keep our legs in South Africa. We've actually only got 2 legs. Yvette is at the top of 1 leg for us, and when I say at the top, is Yvette is the leader in 1 leg, and Erica is the other leg for us. Okay, so these are our 2 legs in South Africa. So you can actually go online into your back office, and go and click on your upline listing, and you can see either Erica is going to be up above you, so Erica van Heerden, or Yvette Botha. Okay, so you're going to see that, and then you're going to see us, Healthy Wellthy. Okay, that's us, Healthy Wellthy. And then you're going to see a few more people perhaps up as well, and it's going to end up somewhere with Teresa Harding. All right, so those of you who have done a little bit of business training will also know that Teresa Harding she's got a fair bit of business training available. We don't necessarily recommend watching her business training straight off the bat. We actually recommend some very much more basic business trainings. One, Elise Shedevy, she's got the 50 days of mentoring, and Craig can talk to that in a second. But so just in terms of those 2 legs, if you're in Yvette's leg, Yvette is the leader of that leg in South Africa for us. Obviously, there's time differences. It makes it incredibly difficult for us to connect face-to-face, one-on-one, at a time that actually suits most people. It's just impossible. So, and to do it via video is, you know, watching a video later on is also not that 100% personal thing that you get. So in terms of having a personal relationship with us via Yvette and Erica is really important. So if you belong somewhere in Yvette's leg, and as I said, we've tried to actually keep it located as well. But if you're in Yvette's leg, if you're part of that organization, then we want to invite you. And the same thing with Erica. Look at these 2 people as leaders in the business as well. They've been around for a little while now. Okay, they've been doing this and being incredible for quite a while now, and they're there to support you guys. So reach out to them via the person maybe who enrolled you. So there's always a little process. You roll up, you look at who enrolled you, ask for some you know, reach out to them for some sort of mentorship, or just say, hey, I'm ready to do this, or how do I do that, or can you join me up into the Facebook group or something like that. All right, we want you to have communities within your legs. So that's why we always invite all of you to join our members group on Facebook. And also we've created that little WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is not really for discussions. That's what our Facebook group is. You can talk quickly to the WhatsApp group.
Well, we're just really using WhatsApp to put out urgent announcements, or these are the products of the month, or this is new. But for people to share experiences or learn or watch videos or read up about how to use the products, the Facebook group is the place to go, and it's got a lot of information in it. You may have seen in the last day, I've uploaded a document that's got all of the different links to the videos on YouTube, a whole different YouTube channels. It's got Elise Shedevy's training, how to register for that. And there's probably 10 or 12 different things. So if you're not looking at the Facebook group, see if you can make an opportunity to do that. There's a lot of info there.
Check in.
And you can post questions and ask questions. It's a lot easier than possibly trying to do it on WhatsApp. We really just use the WhatsApp for announcements side.
So it's kind of what I'm actually trying to say is it's really difficult for us to foster that relationship with you guys because of the time difference. It's amazing what 8 hours can do. It flips your day and night upside down. So we desperately want to have a connection with all of our members, and so that's what we've created that little Facebook group for. So any one of our downline, so anyone you enroll and who they enroll, is to invite them to come into Tess and Craig's members group. Invite them in there, because that's a place where we can create some real connection and valuable information sharing. But you know, at the moment, I look at it, and it's no one's fault. I'm not trying to put out that there's something wrong with it, but we don't get much engagement at all. I can see on Facebook it tells you 20 people have seen a message, but maybe one person did a little thumbs up kind of thing, and it's a little bit new for us to experience that, whereas in our other country-related groups, we get a fair bit of engagement. So we're kind of wondering if Facebook is actually a thing or not much of a thing in South Africa. Maybe that is the situation, but that is the only way we can really communicate with everyone. And we invite you to make use of that group and bring your people in there. Bring them in so that we can create something as a community and a South African team together, okay? Because you're all part of Team Healthy Wellthy. That would be really so wonderful if we can have some engagement in that group. Okay, so only people you've enrolled, and it's not people who are interested, those are only members that come into that group. Okay, so what was the other thing, Craig? Yeah, that's that. Okay, so just for tonight, I'm gonna have or today for you. I think it's important just for you guys, but also for people watching afterwards, is to quickly talk about the loyalty rewards program. I think sometimes we mention loyalty rewards and people think, oh, I don't want to get caught up in something that I must do. Okay, a loyalty rewards programs, I want to quickly talk about that, and Craig, you can join me in on that one. So when we join the loyalty rewards program, there's so many benefits to that, and I want to say right off the bat, the loyalty rewards program is probably the smartest way to go about getting your essential oils, for a few reasons. There are a few advantages. So it's a monthly program that you choose exactly what you want to order and what day of the month you want to order it. Okay, it's for you. It's for your benefit. So the loyalty rewards program rewards people who purchase loyally. Okay, so basically what it is, it says if you order something every month, you will receive something. Okay, now that something has many different levels. Number one, if you order something on a loyalty rewards order, it can be small, it can be medium size, it can be a big size order. So it works like this. Well, I look at it in terms of advantages of the loyalty program. So the first thing is you can grow your essential oils collection by at least one new product every month, or replace a product that you use a lot of. Like, for example, lemon oil gets used a lot in this household. It gets used in cleaning. Tea tree oil gets used a lot in cleaning for me, in the wash. There's certain things that I replace regularly, okay? So loyalty rewards offer you to grow your oil collection and replace your needs as well. And it can become a replacement spending for you. You can make up your own home cleaning products instead of all the toxic things that we buy in the aisles out there. You know, get some white vinegar and bicarb and a dash of oil, and you can just about clean everything, and you can make, you know, make your home cleaning products with that. So when you order a 50, your own order, when it's a 50 product volume order, PV order, a 50 order, you then start actually every month that you order a 50 order, you'll start getting, or you'll earn points back for your order. It will start on 10% that you get back. So a 50 PV order, you'll get 5 points back. Okay, now when you get points back, that's free product for you. You start adding up points, banking them, and you can then use them, exchange them for free product. So a 50 PV monthly order, your own order, can get you, for the first 3 times you do it, you'll get 10% back of your own order. The next 3 months, you'll get 15% back. Okay, the next 3 months, you'll get 20% back, and so it goes. And once you've done this for 13 months, you actually max out at 30% that you get back. So if you put 50 order in after 13 months of doing this, you get 30% of that 50 order back. What is that, Craig? 15 points. That's 15 points. Okay, and every product has a points value, which means you just go and look on the, you know, we've got the documents, price list and everything there with the product value. You're going to get free product. Okay, so that's a lot of free product that you get every year just by putting a 50 PV order in. And you can skip a month where you put something small in, but once you're on an LRP, you are committed to an LRP unless you phone them up and say, hey, customer service, I don't want to have an LRP anymore. Okay, it's as easy as that. But if you can commit to a small order every month to replace something, as I said, fantastic. The other thing about it is you're going to get your shipping cost. You're going to get points for your shipping cost. So what is the shipping cost?
75 Rand. I
75 Rand, and the points?
Well, 10% of that. So
10%.
you get 7.5 points back on every shipping.
Just by shipping something?
No,
Erica? You just muted?
It's 4.5 points.
4.5.
4.5 points. I thought it wasn't quite the same. Thank you. So it's amazing. Just shipping something small every month, you can get 4.5 points. All right. And then if you, and as I say, then your rewards points come in every month that you order a 50 PV order, you'll get rewards points for that. All right. And rewards points and shipping points, you'll add them all together, and that's free product for you. It's amazing. It's really, really generous. Okay. And then lastly, on the LRP, the advantage of an LRP, of course, is if you put up 125 PV order in any month, the company throws in a free product of the month. We call it the POM, product of the month. Okay, so at 125 PV, you get a POM. So that's pretty generous. Your shipping, you get back in points. Over 50 PV, you start qualifying for percentage points that go all the way up to 30%. Okay, after the appropriate number of months. Plus, you can get a free product of the month. That's a lot of free stuff that doTERRA is giving away. And that can get you to actually sample other people with those extra products. It can get you to talk more about it. It can get, you know, do a lot for you.
Great presents or gifts for people as well.
Makes great gifts, that's for sure.
Use the points.
You can use points for gifts, okay? I do that all the time. And so when you're a customer, wholesale customer, those are all the benefits that you can get. A wellness advocate gets all those benefits, but the other thing about a wellness advocate is the people who actually want to share these oils with other people and earn commission. Okay, so if you didn't know that, people who are watching this later, this is an opportunity that is very, very good and very lucrative, because if you actually share the oils, doTERRA pays you for word of mouth advertising rather than advertising it in a newspaper or wherever they, you know, we are their advertising. So the way to then do that, of course, is to be a wellness advocate. Is you can then, if you put 100 PV order in minimum in the month that you enroll, or when you want to earn commission, your own order needs to be 100 PV minimum for that month. Okay, so keep that in mind, and then you can get 20% of your enrollee's first month's order, and in the first 60 days, so you can actually get 2 payments of 20% out of someone if they order the next month as well. Okay, so you get 20%. If they enroll someone, they get the 20% and you get the 10%. It actually has 3 levels, so you can earn 20%, 10%, and 5% if you enroll someone who enrolls someone who enrolls someone. Okay, and that is in the first 60 days of a new enrollee's purchases, whatever they purchase, 20%, 10%, 5%. So in the end, you could get a really, really good income out of it. So the ways to earn, of course, is you can sell retail if you're a wellness advocate. Remember, it's only wellness advocates on 100 PV that can earn money. All right, so you can earn money on retail through your back office and sharing your shop and your number with people. Oh, Erica's getting cold. And just remember what the company is giving you. When it's like, if you share your oils with someone, you don't have to package it up. You don't have to send it. You don't have to courier it. All you put in is someone's details and their payment. It gets done for you through an online back office shop. Everything gets done for you. You earn 25% on a retail sale. This is not going to be a long-term growth strategy, but it's one way to earn money is retail. Okay. The second way you can earn money is on Fast Start. As I said to you, Fast Start is that 20%, 10%, 5% when on a new enrollment, and whoever they enroll and whoever they enroll. That's something that goes weekly. You get paid that weekly. It's a really, really cool way to earn and keep you going, and also to pay for your own essential oil order. All right. And then as you start growing your own leg, as legs start to grow underneath of you and more people come on in, you will start earning something called uni level, okay, which is something that you start earning on the different levels, different percentages of income based on what they are purchasing. And then, of course, later on, there's rank bonuses. You can earn on the different ranks, because as your business grows, you then qualify in doTERRA to be a certain rank. Okay, and you grow that. There's bonuses involved in that. One of the very first ranks that earn is a premier rank, and we've got all that information available for you guys. Should anyone watching be very interested in the business, we want to have that conversation with you. But a premier can get a bonus, which is called an empowerment bonus. That's like $250 US a month when you are a premier. That's a bonus you get when you enroll one person on 100 PV order minimum. Okay, you enroll one person as a premier rank, you can get just that alone an extra bonus of 250. Boom. Premiers get it, the next rank and the next rank. Premier, silver, and gold get that bonus. Okay. So there's many ways to earn with doTERRA. If you are on 100-point LRP and you're enrolling people and it starts to snowball, it starts to grow, drip, drip, drip in the beginning perhaps, and then boom, one day it takes one person to run with this business and make something amazing happen. Okay, and then there's performance bonuses and pools that are massive. As Blue Diamonds now, our major income comes from that uni level, not the Fast Start, the uni level, and the bonuses that we get. Hey, so there's a lot of ways to earn, a lot of ways to get ahead and to share these essential oils with people, paying for your own oils every month, earning free product points for free oils. There's a lot of things to look into in terms of how this actually works and how this can benefit you, because it can only benefit you. There's no negatives about this. It can only benefit you. So that's basically what I wanted to Craig and I just wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. And we'll just check if anyone has any questions or any comments. We're at 6:45.
If you are interested in finding out a little bit more around how to share, or if you've got questions, please fire them off now. Otherwise, this was a good opportunity to introduce Yvette and Erica, and if you know them and you're part of the business with them, they're certainly there to help you and answer questions around how to have a class or how to share the information on the oils with friends or people that you know. So please reach out and ask questions. But if you've got questions, fire away.
Anyone wanna?
Erica, yeah.
Erica?
Elise has got the oil games going on and I think it's a brilliant way to grow. I started, but with everything that happened, I dropped out. Well, not really dropped out, but I stopped it for a while.
Yes.
So I'll start again next month. But it's brilliant. If you do it, you will rank within 2 months if you do what she say.
Fantastic.
And I think the accountability regarding the whole oil games is, there's two, in the silver group, there's 2 ladies of South Africa in the top, I think top 5 or 6 in the world. So there's potential in South Africa.
Can you, absolutely, I agree with you. The potential is there. I mean, people reach out to us all the time and say, okay, at the end of the month, I'm signing up, you know, I'm signing up. A lot of people have signed up. I think we've had like 8 to, some of the last couple of months, we've had 8 and 10 people sign up in South Africa with us. So, you know, they're there. They want to be in. Can you talk to just quickly, where do you access the oil games?
Okay, I think they would get it underneath oilgames.com. I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise, join the group Back to Basics.
Okay, Back to Basics. Yeah, it's part of Elise's. Yeah.
I'll share some information.
Okay, Craig can put it up for us in the group. I've heard good things about it.
They also give the PowerPoints for the classes and everything on the Back to Basic group.
Fantastic.
Obviously, South Africa orientated at this stage yet, but it gives you a good idea. And as the market grows, they will do the South African version.
Absolutely. And it's also going to be up to you guys, like the South African leaders, to collaborate on things like that and create something very South African for the South African market. It'll be fun. So any other questions? Thanks for that, Erica. Or any other comments?
I have 2.
Go for it.
I just want to know your original sort of startup kit. Okay, which ones, when I joined, they didn't indicate it wasn't legal yet to ingest the oil. So I want to know which ones out of those, even if you share it later, it's fine, or on the group. So which you can ingest. And then what is the best ones for postnasal drip?
Okay, so those sorts of questions, Camelia, I'll actually just answer you rather personally. On this, because we're not really supposed to do that sort of thing on a public forum. We've got to be very careful about what we do. But having said that, just download the Modern Essentials app.
I have got it, and there's nothing there with postnasal drip.
Okay.
Does it say anything for sinuses?
Sinuses, yes, but and I found stuff that helps with the sinuses, but I've had with this winter and all the bugs around a very bad postnasal drip and can't figure out which oils.
Okay, so I would suggest having a bit of a if you put your questions on our Facebook group, that's where I can actually answer those questions. Okay, because one, that's also then available for the future for everyone else to be able to search that, come back to that and go, okay, let's just search post-nasal drip. So if you just put the questions up, both your questions, put them up there, and we'll have a bit of we'll answer that. So it's the Tess and Craig's members only. Is that okay to do that, Camelia?
Yes, no, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
because then we can all learn and it's there forever, which is a good thing. Ingestible oils, just remember anything that I say right now is number one, oils are not to be ingested in South Africa. We are okay with it in other countries, but South Africa.
I thought they actually legalized some of them.
Registered three. Huh?
Three, which one?
Copaiba, lavender, lemon. Erica?
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Is it only those three? Okay.
Yes.
They're 5 ml. Peppermint as well. That's correct. Yes. There's a 5 milliliter bottle. If you look at the price list and on the doTERRA South Africa website, there's a 5 milliliter bottle that has a specific label on it that says they've been registered in South Africa. So copaiba, turmeric, peppermint in South Africa.
And spearmint.
That's correct. So just check that on the doTERRA South Africa website. I did share it in the group previously. I will reshare those, but it's specifically the 5 milliliter bottles have been labeled particularly for that registration.
So just keep in mind that it's the same oil in a 15 ml bottle as in a 5. It's the same oils, okay? But we have to be compliant. So that's why they've labeled, just the writing on the little bottles are different. Okay, it's the same oil. There's nothing.
That helps, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that helps to know where to find it.
And then, so all of this information, we'll always put those sorts of information in our Tess and Craig group as well. So that you always, that it's again, so that it's there and you can just ask questions in there and someone will pop an answer for you. And just remember, all I'll say is this: an essential oil that comes from a herb that you put in your food or a spice that you put in your food, well, think about that, okay, to answer your question. I can't tell you any more than that, but hello, Yvette, you're back. Okay. No, we can't, you're breaking up with us. Okay, any other questions?
Belinda.
Anyone? Belinda? Hi.
Hi, nice to see you, Tess.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, I was thinking the other day, I presume it is so though, I just wanted to know if you can answer this. Is there a difference in ingesting an oil and putting it on topically? Is it more effective in some cases than topically, or will it have the same effect eventually getting into the body?
Okay, so a really interesting thing is the way that we've been taught this and the way that I've learned this is the more ways you can apply an essential oil or any medication, to be honest, is better. So the more ways you can do it. Inhaling, okay. Amazing. You can inhale or you can take it as in, the way that we do it is ingesting or inhaling. Topically, it will get there. It's just a slower pathway, and it is a different pathway that it gets to the end result. So, for example, if I have pain, I'm going to for me, I can take, so copaiba is for internal use, right? Yeah. So I would take a capsule of copaiba. I would make up a veggie capsule of copaiba, and I will also use that topically. And once I've rubbed it topically, I'll breathe it in as well.
Okay.
Is it more effective? It can be faster, it can be slower, and it's different, just a slightly different pathway that it follows in the system. So for some oils, an aromatherapist might say to you and prescribe for you, you need to take that internally, that one you need to take topically. That's because, they trained in the how the biochemistry and the pathways in the body works. So it's about playing with the oils that are legally allowed to be, to be used internally as well. Play with it. But always, I'm going to always say less is more. So always begin whatever way you apply these essential oils, little bit, 1-2 drops, okay? And dilute, if you're topical, dilute it internally. Put it with some coconut oil, dilute it in a capsule, okay, internally. So I think it's really important to be smart about using the oils in the different ways that you're allowed to do it, and play a little bit with it, with safety, absolutely with safety in mind. Less is more.
Thank you.
That's a good question for the group as well. Very good question. Anyone else?